High ticket programs, online courses, now digital products, evergreen funnels, they all work until they didn't. Across the board, so many people inside of my CEO mail community have been telling me that conversions are down, email clicks are down, social reach is down. And the reason that probably your sales aren't flowing like they used to is because you're still running a playbook built for a market that no longer exists. Every week, you're trying to force it. You are burning time, energy, and cash on a model that's already expired. So we're going to talk about ending that today. Hi, I'm Netiva, and I help women CEOs to elevate their current business models so that it puts them at the center of it. I'm talking scalable offers, sales systems, and back-end structure that runs without the constant hustle and chaos. Let's get into it. So I've seen it time and time again with smart, experienced, phenomenal women CEOs who should be scaling, but it seems like they're circling. And it'll start with downloading every new template that they see and telling themselves that it's research, but their next big offer or program never gets built. So they'll jump between courses, coaches, maybe even planners looking for that one magic system, but never giving any of them the runway that it needs to actually work. They've got the same Google Doc or Notion template half written for 6 months, tweaking the fonts, tweaking the flow, tweaking the title, anything but actually finalizing a doggone program. And it starts with offers that are trending. So I've worked with people with challenges, boot camps, micro products, but they never really get finished or scaled. They'll hop from one offer to the next without giving the first one the time or the strategy even to make it work. And I've also seen it happen where someone is 80% done with a great, promising, profitable program that could really, really work. But instead of finishing and launching it, they'll shelve it for something that's brand new, a brand new idea. And they'll repeat that process 2, 3, even 4 times a year, never realizing that they're always stuck in the build stage and never the growth stage. This is also what keeps you broke. I had a recent client, epic brand name. I mean, epic. It really could have been her flagship program that we built everything else off of. But before she can even validate it and market it properly, she jumped into a lifestyle brand. Then she jumped into a student loan education brand, then side hustles, then budgeting. And none of them made any significant money because there's no structure around any of them. And so when she came to me, she was grasping at straws, trying to decide which one to finally do right. I have another client who is an incredibly dope CPA. I mean, incredible. But she's buried all the expertise under messaging that's all over the place. She uses AI as finance tools. And she pushes AI, she pushes the tools versus the benefits that her offer that'll get her seen, paid, understood at the level that she should be. So when I say she's dope, she is. So she should be talking about how her offer solves her ideal client's problems because people don't care what AI tools you're using. They don't care. They just want results, right? So that's what we're working with her now. I've seen women stack $27 to $97 digital products thinking that they're creating passive income, but what they're really doing is exhausting themselves trying to sell 300 units a month to pay themselves a livable income. That is not a business model. That is a sales treadmill. So instead of betting on one signature system, they're resorting to selling 3 to 5 little offers, convincing themselves that they're diversifying, but really they are avoiding the risk of just going all in. And so every few months, they'll pivot to something new before closing the gap on the real transformation that they actually want to be known for. So here's the dangerous part. Because my women are uber talented, they make money in this loop. They've hit 5, 10, even 15K months here, but they cannot build wealth here. They cannot scale here. And this is the most important thing. You cannot create the kind of business that runs without you if you stay here, okay? So every minute that you avoid committing to one clear, scalable offer, you're not just thinking it through, right? You are leaving money on the table. You are wasting your time and you're exhausting yourself because you aren't working at the capacity that you should be working. Now let's talk about some specifics. Number one, missed revenue. If your people don't know what to buy, they won't buy anything at all. Or they'll buy something small that doesn't really move them forward or you forward. Then there is decision fatigue. Every new idea becomes a rabbit hole because you'll spend way too much time remapping than you do selling, which is what you want to be doing. Then there's the emotional drag. You're second guessing yourself, second guessing what you already know works, which will begin to chip away at your confidence and your momentum. And lastly, that internal chaos. Without a clear framework, and I actually have 2 videos that I'll link on how to create this, there's no focus, there's no sales, there's no system, there's no delivery model that will free you from that constant hustle cycle. Now, in this state, you're also bleeding money. Think about how many digital products that you have purchased over the past year, or $2,000 programs that you barely use. How much time have you lost starting over every single time, every single month, every quarter? And the worst part is that while you're in this cycle, the people who need you the most are not being served because they don't even know you, because you aren't actively marketing. Your it factor, right? You. And if you are marketing at all, you've been moving your offers around so much that they don't even know what to buy from you. You're investing in programs, coaches, templates, tools that can't fully implement because you don't have the one thing that they all need to work: a clear, defined, decided offer to run your ideal clients through. And if we're really going to keep it real here, avoiding the decision doesn't protect your peace. I hear that a lot. Instead, it prolongs the problem. Every moment that you delay, you are pushing back the compounding effect of the system that could be building your audience, that could be building your sales, your freedom on repeat. So how do we fix this? The most successful clients that I've worked with didn't start with clarity, believe it or not. They started with a commitment. And then they built the structure that made it work. You don't find the perfect offer. You build it. Make a decision. Strategy is choosing what to focus on and then building the infrastructure around it until it sells, delivers, and scales without you having to chase after it every single month. Clarity doesn't come from another freebie or another course or another template or another 6 months of overthinking. It comes from making the call and then building it. That's what it does. So the real flex isn't choosing right. That doesn't exist. It's literally committing and then turning that decision into a repeatable, bankable system. And that's what we help you do inside of my program, right? Let me give you an example. One of my clients had 3 very different programs. They were not connected. She had a group program, a VIP day, and a paid workshop series. So again, none of them crossed over 15K total. She made the decision to commit to her group program as like her core signature offer. And then we built a sales system around it, delivery flow around it. And within 6 months, she bumped that 15K to 13K months without relaunching, discounting, and jumping to the next shiny thing. Yay, okay? And because I'm a firm believer in having your offers kind of build and support one another, she then positioned her VIP day as a natural upgrade from a group program. And this month, she just hit her first 6-figure month. Okay, so this is pretty epic. So while people are still waiting for a sign, my client is over there stacking her revenue from a decision that she made once. And just to reiterate, for those of you who are waiting for the right time or the perfect offer or the perfect situation, I've had people say the exact same thing and be in the exact same spot 18 months later because they never chose. They never made that commitment and they never built the system to make it happen. So if you're not sure how to even choose that one offer, I'll definitely link a video that I did not too long ago where I break down my decision filter that I use with my clients so that they can kind of end that second guessing that happens. So once you decide, I mean, really decide, I promise you everything in your business will feel lighter. Sales will start to feel consistent again. You'll stop chasing the next new thing, okay? Because you built something solid enough to start scaling. That's the goal. And then once you commit to that one clear, scalable offer, your business will stop pulling you in a gazillion different directions all the time. And you'll have a more consistent sales flow. It's predictable. Your calendar will stop dictating your income and your life. And you'll finally have something that you can scale without being chained to your business all the time. And here's what will start changing immediately. Your sales system will now work around the clock instead of patching together pieces that only work when you show up. We don't want that. Every piece of content you create will drive toward that one transformation, and it compounds the value instead of scattering your audience all over the place. And your backend system will now support delivery without the constant chaos and the fire drills that you're putting out. And then your framework becomes the engine that powers everything, making sales simpler, delivery smoother, and your content 10 times faster to create. This is the difference between chasing sales and having sales that you can count on, wondering what to post, and every piece of content now having a clear purpose, and then working for your business and having your business work for you. It's a difference. It's definitely a difference. The real win is not another idea or another launch method. Okay, we've seen plenty of those. It's making the right offer decision for this season and building the structure that keeps it paying you, whether you're at your desk or you are on a plane. And that's when scaling really, really sticks. And if you happen to be one of my brilliant women CEOs who've been selling low ticket, one-off services or random digital products in order to keep the cash coming in, you need to see why that model would keep you stuck in hustle mode. And that's exactly what I'm going to be breaking down in the next video, where I'll show you the real cost of trying to scale with hustle work and what to focus on instead if you want sales that actually stick. Make sure you are subscribed and you have those notifications on, and I will see you there. Make sure you don't miss it.